So, oh my God. I have to clarify what's going on with the Diddy trial because people just don't get it. They just don't get it. They just don't get it. I don't know what it is about sex that makes people lose their mind. I don't know what it is about them, that word, that makes people just, they don't hear nothing else you say past the word sex. I don't understand why. I don't get it. I don't get it. I just don't get it. Self-discipline is really important, people, and being focused is really important, okay? So a lot of people that don't get it, because all they see is freak offs and freak offs and freak offs, and they hear nothing past that word. And I don't understand what the hell is wrong with them. But anyway,
Well, he's just trying to have some fun. I don't understand why that's a problem.
because it's not about that. Yes, the court is obsessed with that too. Why, I don't know, because you don't get charges on you because you're a freak. You get charges on you because you're breaking the law. So I'm not really sure why the court is so fascinated with the details, and she was cheating on him supposedly, even though they were broken up at the time, and this detail and that detail and this that. They're trying to establish abuse. That's one thing, but he's not under arrest for being abusive either. So it's just weird. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. But I do know that he is being charged with racketeering. Racketeering has nothing to do with sex and freak-offs in the sense of everybody's obsessed with that word. I mean, that's part of it, but that's not the whole thing, and people can't see past that part. Now, I just don't get it. It's weird. But racketeering is basically you have an enterprise where all of your staff is in on this, and you're bringing people in from across state lines for prostitution, which is a felony. Okay, you cannot do that. And all of his staff was told what to do, how to do it. It ran like precision clockwork. Everybody knows what their job is and everything else. That's a racketeering enterprise type of deal. Okay, that's not just two people being wild because that's what they want to do. Cassie was also quite young when they talk about, because we have a patriarchal society, we're going there, I don't give a shit. We have a patriarchal society that has a lot more respect and a lot more understanding for men than women. So if a man becomes a victim of the RAPE word, if he's a victim, he's a victim, and whoever did that to him is a horrible person. But if a woman, I don't know when we're going to end patriarchy, I guess never, but when a woman's a victim, she wanted it. She wanted it. She was just as wild as him. Men always get a pass. Men always get whatever happened to them is always understandable. But a woman, she wanted it. She put herself in that situation. I don't understand when we're going to stop victimizing the victim. She was 19 years old. How many of y'all were super wise and you're 30 or 40 now or more, but you had the wisdom you have now at 19? No damn body. I don't care what nobody says. You didn't have the knowledge that you have now at 19. You don't know a whole lot about a whole lot at 19. You're just a baby still, truth be told. He picked her up when he was, 37. She was 19 or whatever. These older men deliberately choose younger women for a reason, because you are easy to manipulate. You are easy to coerce. You are easy to trick. You are easy to have loyalty to someone who brought you on a cruise and took you to the Caribbean. You feel like you love them forever because you're young. You're a puppy. You're very, very young and very easily influenced. If you're smart when you get older, hopefully, knock on wood, hopefully, when you become 30s, 40s and up, hopefully you don't fall in love just because somebody took you on a cruise, or just because somebody bought you a dozen roses, or just because they rocked you real good. Now you in love. Although it does happen. And that's why I keep telling y'all, you got to separate physical from your heart, because men don't think the way we do. Men don't think the way we do. They don't see it that way. They're not in love because y'all had such passionate love making. You're not in love because of that. You got to separate the two, because men separate it all the damn time. Did I go there? Yes, I did. Racketeering is what he's in trouble for, not for being a sexual freak. Okay? But now you've got, these tunnels under his house, and you've got kidnapping, potential kidnapping, possible kidnapping. Ain't nobody going to want to be chained to no wall down there in the basement of somebody's house, underneath the tunnels and this. There's a lot of dirty crap going on. And these felonies can add up and add up and add up and add up, and they will. And, he's going to walk. Really? Wow, I didn't know that. I didn't know that you can have X amount of pounds or whatever. I'm not good at math, but however many grams or whatever, you have so much GHB in your possession, that's also considered a felony. And he could get multiple life sentences based on that alone. You got to think past the genitals, and you got to think about what's really going on. Okay? And she was coerced. She was coerced and manipulated and tricked and played like a piano because she was young and easily influenced. And then you have a situation of, it's not even trauma bonding, where you feel connected because things are good, and then you're disconnected because things are bad, but then the person's really super nice again. Because they do it back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, you go into trauma bonding. However, when you start to see a pattern of Stockholm syndrome, which is totally different, it's kind of similar. Someone kidnaps you, someone does whatever they want to you. They might beat you up or whatever, but not let you shower for days on end, and they continuously assault you and do horrible things to you, take you from your family, promise you everything, and beat the hell out of you every day, torture you. And then when the cops come, they'll be nice sometimes, and they'll let you have a hot meal, even though it's been a week. Now I'll let you have a hot meal. You start to feel connected to this person who's absolutely horrible to you. That's thunder in the background, which means I'm going to have to haul ass in a minute. It's going to pop off bad. Anyway, so I'm kind of racing against the clock here. But, got critters on me. But, Stockholm syndrome. And then when the cops come and the person gets arrested, the person with Stockholm syndrome, who was the victim, does not want them arrested and feels very upset about it because they've connected to the person who was horrible to them. It is a psychological thing that happens in a person's brain. No, you cannot shrug that off. No, you can't see the forest for the trees because your brain is not working correctly. That is the reason why we have doctors. That's the reason why we have therapists. That's the reason why we have medications for depression and anxiety and things of that nature. You can't just shrug off everything. I mean, the ignorance around this trial is suffocating. How many of you have been played when you were young, super young, by someone way older? It's not hard for them to do when you're very young and you're not experienced with life. Okay? People can play you like a fiddle, and they will. Because you're young and you're naive and you don't know what's really going on. Hopefully, when you're older, there's people that's older than that, way older than 19, and they are on the same page. They're pretty naive too because they were sheltered. And that's when you have to listen to your family and your friends. They're trying to educate you. They're trying to tell you this person does not love you. This person is manipulating you, playing you for a fool. And you got to, we got to put a stop to this, okay? So if people can see past the physicality and past their own hypersexuality, they will see that there's a lot more going on here. There's coercion, like I said, there's manipulation. It's not really that much different from people getting pulled into a cult. That happens all the time. You give them all your money, they lie and act like we love you. Your family never loved you. We're going to love you. We're going to take good care of you. Now give us all your money that you work for. And like I said, give me your daughter when she's 12 years old. The leader's going to marry her. Okay. You can't just shake out of that. Once you start to get into the cult mentality, some people may never get out of it. Maybe once they are no longer in it and the person is arrested or whatever the case may be, maybe once they're separated from it, they can start to see the forest for the trees. But while they're in it, they can't see squat. So there's no such thing as, once your brain is twisted like a pretzel, there's no such thing as, oh, just shake that off. You know, you liked it too. That's why you stayed in the cult, because you enjoyed it. What? Wow. Wow. Really? People don't understand how the brain works and how it can be twisted easily, especially if you don't know any better, or especially if you're very young and sheltered. You know, she finally pulled herself out of it, and she did have a lawsuit against him for abuse and everything else, coercion and drugging her and everything else that he did, tortured her. And people are harping on that too. Oh, was she hurry up and got that money? You do the same thing. Shut up. You do the same thing. If somebody was abusive to you and you had legal grounds to go after them once your head was clear, you'd go after them too. Don't sit here and say you're going to turn down money, because you ain't. Don't be a hypocrite. Okay? All the dirt and filth that he's done to her, the lawsuit is the least of his worries. All the dirt he's done to a lot of people. Come on now. It's high time he paid the piper, and he's getting ready to pay the piper. Don't blame the victim, because you could be a victim one day. Don't think you can't be. You got romance scammers. You got these dudes from other countries that deliberately target women. I've talked about that in videos before. Oh, they throw it on thick, boy. Oh, I love you so much. I can't believe you're the most beautiful woman I ever saw in my life. Oh my God. I've never seen I see the sun in your eyes, and they just paint it on super thick, and they target women with money. These women fall for it. They marry these men. The guy who is doing this, their family's excited that he's getting married, because they know that they're about to get cha-ching money, honey. That's an enterprise too. They can't wait for you to get off the plane, and then they start their bullshit. Don't sit here and act like that's a Diddy thing only, baby. It happens every day to a lot of people. A lot. So, anyway, it's going to kick off with the rain, so I better skedaddle. And I'll talk to y'all later. And for those of you that are being smart and you can see past the freakiness, because I don't know why people can't. I'm trying to tell you, I can't tell. They can't see past the physical. Oh, wow, look at the freakiness. I'm glad you're not a judge. I'm glad you're not a juror. And I'm glad you're not involved with this case at all. You're not a police officer, because you'd be like, hey, there's nothing to investigate. 2 people getting their freak on, I'm out. You got to see past that shit. Come on. You got to have a certain maturity level to be able to see past that. All right, let's be grown-ups. Y'all take care. Much love.